All right, another build video. This one's another healer. We actually did the Shepherd. That's a Warden. This one's a Templar. All right. I'm going to get right down to it and jump right into what people want to know. We'll start with the equipment. What's this dude wearing? We got some beat up impregnable armor. So I run, this is a heavy build. 5-1-1. 5 heavy, 1 medium, 1 light. Impregnable you can get in any piece. So we put the medium here. We put the light on the belt. It's the best way to do it if you can. This is full sturdy across the board. Since we're using impregnable for the crit resist. It's all sturdy. Every piece. We got a 2-piece blood spawn up top. Everything is tri-enchanted. Everything's tri-enchanted on the armor. For the jewelry, I didn't even touch the traits. It's 3 arcane, 3 Magicka recovery. And this is Desert Rose here that we put in here. On the front bar, we got the other pieces to the Desert Rose. So as long as we're on here, we can get this Magicka return. Now this build is made for non-CP. It's made for BGs. You could use it in CP too. I'm not going to do a CP thing here in the video. Another time, I may post it on the site. On Alcast site. If you're seeing it on YouTube, you can go there for more details. So yeah, full sturdy across this shield. I just saw this tonight. That needs to get changed. Doesn't really matter what my enchant here is too much. You don't really do too much here to proc it. I just throw on crown poisons because they fill up.
You son of a bitch.
They fill up my inventory. All right. So that's our 5 active, full-time impregnable, 5 on the sword and board. And then on the back bar, started using this recently and I like it. The Black Rose Perfected Resto, pretty nice. You get Magicka recovery while you're on this bar. But you're really on here in between stuff, heavy attacking, doing your other duties on this bar. Black Rose is actually really nice. I really like it. I'll probably use this with other healing builds because I like doing healing builds. I like support builds. This is dedicated healer. I'll give you a flex spot if you want to put something like Beam in there. I'll point that out. But you'll see why I have what I have. And then, yeah, infused, you want to get the Magicka return here. All right. For more Magicka. You'll be good on stam with this build. That's pretty easy to manage. They've only made it easier. I think Templar's overperforming a little, but whatever. Who cares, right? So, outfit. People always ask the outfit up front now that we're in an outfit meta. I'll just go through this real quick. All right, we got really just black and white there. I have General's Gold on the staff, but here's this if you want to see it. All right. All different pieces. All right, it's the mix and match challenge that we do. On the front bar, we got a Tong Mace, and there's our shield. What else does everyone ask? All right. Ritual. Okay, we use the ritual. We are a vamp. I use Tri-Stat food. So that's it's a purple food. Max health, Magicka, and stamina. You just want to get your max stats up pretty good. I have 44 Magicka, 20 on health. I think I was testing this and it just worked. I just left it. The extra health is good. People will target you, and you're a tough target to take down. So if they do, you don't want to die, obviously, as the healer, and, it's pretty fierce. It can withstand a true beating. So let's go through the skills. We got Breath of Life. All right, this is your main heal. This is what you're healing with. This is pretty much your only heal. This is our flex spot, as I would call it. If you wanted to put something else in here, you could. Invigorating Drain. All right. You don't use it for the damage. You use it for the stun. You can let the stun hang as well and build ult, which is very good. When you have ult running on this guy, you're like a god. All right. You can't be killed then. And a lot of people really won't be around you. We have shards here as part of our support role. You're going to be chucking shards into the fight. You want to chuck them in front of your group members where they're traveling, lead them with the shards. You can toss them on top of people once they've started the fight and they're engaging, because they may CC break and need to pick these up or something. They may need to pick them up right from the get-go. Whatever, you want to keep these rolling through the fight. Pretty steady, too. This also now activates our passive for the minor protection, if I'm not mistaken. I believe they moved that into here, right? Yeah, gain minor protection for 3 seconds. So, I kind of like that. It makes you have to be a little useful type thing. Right here, Ritual. This is for Purify. You're going to end up using this a lot. Right now, we're in a heavy bleed type meta. But there's plenty of dots, plenty of effects that come in. Like if you get incapped, you want to Purify, and you may need to do it twice. Like when you're in a fight, like and you're taking a beat and you want to be kicking out Purifies as you can, as much as possible, and you always want to keep them around for your group members. Right here we have Stalwart Guard. All right, get minor force here. That's whatever. The other one heals, or I'm sorry, doesn't heal. The other one gives you, I think, minor vitality. The other morph for this, is that right? Minor vitality, yeah. That's kind of cool or whatever, but, you know, I'm usually amping people's damage, so we give them the minor force. And then at the end we have Barrier. I mainly have Barrier on. I do use it from time to time. It is better now. It has a heal over time with it, but this has its uses. Usually, a lot of times in Battlegrounds, like, teams, you know, you got 3 teams. Teams wait for, like, one to hit the other, and if that happens to be my party, which it is a lot, you're just a healer, you're just following what your guys are doing. You'll see the third party waiting, and then they come in, and they're going to drop a bunch of Dawnbreakers and stuff together. You can rest the ult then. Barrier's sometimes good. Sometimes you get blindsided yourself. You get knocked down. Your entire party does. You CC break. Boom, you pop a Barrier. It's a good emergency heal for everybody if your group is sticking together. Otherwise, you just really keep it for the passive. All right, which is 10% more recovery, which is good. Alternatively, if you get Psijic, which I'm still leveling up, you could put that one in here just for the passive of minor protection full time. You would also get the Psijic passive to block. Those are not bad things to consider. Alternatively, again, you could put in Time Stop here to get that passive from Psijic for the block. Drain's really handy, especially when your teammates are not doing what they're supposed to do, which seems to happen, I'd say, at least 4 out of 5 games for me. Nobody CC stuff. It's insane. But this can also help take pressure off. For example, there's a Nightblade just unloading on somebody, and he's sitting there just not doing anything, right? You can save the guy by actually stunning them rather than dumping 3 Breath of Lifes in. You know, you do 1 Breath of Life, turn and stun the guy, another Breath of Life, maybe you stun off another then. Stuff like that. I'll try to find matches with that, but I'm sure they won't be hard to find because I'm doing it all the time. On the back bar, we have Ward Ally. So this ward hits you, and it hits another person. The main reason we're using this is for the Black Rose staff, all right? So when you use Ward, you're going to get major vitality for you and them. So in these high-pressure moments, this is good. As you have more heals running, this is more and more useful, which makes this really nice. This is actually really nice. This isn't just mending, like major mending or something, for example, where, you know, it's just increasing your heals. Like, you're hitting the target with vitality. So if he has vigor running, it's going to buff it, you know. If someone else is healing him, it's going to buff it. Now, mind you, your stats for healing inside of BG, if you're really interested in having really high heal numbers, this one's probably going to have some of the lowest. And the reason being is because you're mitigating so much damage with this build. You're mitigating damage other people take with guard. It's less you have to heal. You're mitigating with... You're doing stuff like this. Like, but the big thing here is when you put major vitality on somebody, it allows you... Basically, I'll explain why I kept using it and I liked it. A lot of times I'm on my back bar, heavy attack restoing things, right? And suddenly somebody gets hit to half health, right? I can quick ward ally, which gives them a little buffer shield. It's not much, but it applies the thing. Then I come over and I start hitting them with this. If I've just finished a heavy attack with resto as well, then we're going to also have major mending as well. So say I'm sitting there refilling my Magicka with a heavy attack. Suddenly a guy's hit. I already have major mending up. I immediately hit him with ward. Now he gets major vitality. So I'm going to heal for 25% more. He's going to receive for 25% more. Ultimately, your Breath of Life's hit really hard. What else we got here? Restoring Focus. This is just your general armor. I have the Stam version. This allows you to just block forever. Alright. I don't know why they buffed Templars. Here you go. Here's a gift. If you stand inside it, you get 50% more. Be mindful of that. When you pick nice locations, when you're going to be under extreme pressure and your party's getting hit, try to pick a place to dump this thing if you can use it. Usually I do it right against a wall where I'm going to be line of sighting back and forth, but I can still get this. Repentance, this just allows you to drain bodies. This will help fill up your stam and also heal. It heals for other people. If you just wiped a group and other people are attacking you, you can drain bodies and heal everyone. I also sprint a lot because over here with Mist, you get Major Expedition. A little trick with it. I use it like to get around stuff, but I don't have to do that much. I don't have to retreat much on this build. You stay in the thick of it and you can take it. Once you get the hang of it. And if you need to, like, I would honestly check some of my, I'll try to post maybe more videos of me playing this. But I mean, every match you'd see that example. Like, I played it for all of today. So, if you need examples, I would watch. But a little trick with Mist is like you can just hit it and immediately cancel it, and you still get that expedition. All right, you cancel it with block, which a lot of people don't know. You're not traveling that fast right now, but you hit it and then you can sprint it, right? So the other good thing with this ward, again, look at my stamina. I'm holding block. You have 0 stam regen, except you have this skill now they gave Templars, so you are actually regenerating stamina. Paired up with sturdy, it's pretty brutal. And then we have guard on here, so we can keep guard up full time on whoever. Back here we have Resto ult, Light's Champion morph. This also adds major force and major protection into the equation of major vitality, and we got major everything. All right, there's a lot of stuff going on, but this basically is mainly what you're using. This not only heals for a lot, but it also gives protection out to your party, and it usually spits around. You want to drop this, obviously when you're under real pressure, or if you see a team initiating, sometimes you want to drop it earlier. If you realize you have some real light targets on your team, you want to drop it a bit earlier, like just as they're approaching and hitting your party. What else? I was gonna say something about Light's Champion. Oh yeah. So you're pretty much a beast when Light's Champion's up. You a lot of times when you pop Resto ult, you want to heavy attack back all your Magicka, or at least some of it. The thing is, when you're heavy attacking with this and getting your Magicka back, and you complete that heavy attack, you get major mending with the Resto ult, making the Resto ult that much stronger. And remember, it's still kicking out major protection. If that target still needs extra healing, hit him with a ward. Then keep heavy attacking, get your Magicka back. He might need some people have needed the Resto ult, the major vitality, and the Breath of Life spam behind it. But for the most part, this gives you a window to get your Magicka back and just keep rolling, okay? I forgot to tell you the race. It doesn't even matter. Templar is pretty strong. But we're running a high elf on this guy. He would do better as an Argonian, but, whatever. I made him a while ago. I'll probably change him to an Argonian. Oh, I forgot to mention with the mask. It's actually an Inferno facade. That's from the Crown store, okay? With the costume. Wow. We're going to get so many questions about the mask in the video. A lot of people don't make it this far unless they actually want to learn how to play the build. So, I think that's all the info for, like, skills, equipment, and stuff, right? Because because then I can shoot to doing some video stuff. Redo the vid. I'm not redoing it. Mask, most important part of the build. All right. So that's all the. I use tripods too. Okay, I forgot to say. I don't think. Tripods. All right. We got Sphero Mac coming with a prime. Thank you, man. Welcome in. Let's do some videos. Look at this guy. Let's do it. Here we go. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna talk about what I'm doing here. All right, we're gonna watch this. I just picked a random match. I'll hop around if I need to. But where did my mouse go? There it is. Okay. All right, we already identified someone getting their ass whipped. So I'm hitting him with a healing ward immediately. Oh, God, I think I remember this one. We might watch a different one. Sometimes you get a match where no one can be saved. But, yeah, that guy took a lot of damage on the outset. People also usually initiate at the start of the fight with ults. So you're probably going to start the fight counter-ulting, picking a target to guard. You see he's running all over the place. It's like he doesn't want to live. All right, I'm trying. I'm linking him up with guard. So we're mainly Breath of Life in. There's a shard kicking out. The dude's just taking a ton of damage even with guard on him. That's all good. That's part of being a healer. So there's the purifies. You keep the purifies going. See, I'm chucking shards, try to lead people, get them. I mean, players that really know what they're doing will pick these things up as they should be. That's the main point of throwing them. If you toss them in here, it does minimal damage, but it adds up, and you also get some burning light procs too from it. So that's kind of where they should be, is in the middle of it. This guy's spamming fear and stuff on us. So here you go, Resto right there, because I know we're about to take some serious damage. They just turned on us after killing the dude. And you see that's rocking. My magic is pretty good. You don't have to spam your pots on cooldown with this. You can kind of save them and use them to heal and catch up from a burst. So here we are, Breath of Life, and again, another Purify. We're getting tight on Magicka. It's going to be time to squeeze in a heavy, or maybe just pot through it. It's hard to heavy if they're taking pressure right now type thing, right? So there we go. We heavy attack. So what I was trying to explain earlier, you can heavy attack, and immediately when that's done, hit the ward, then bar swap over to Breath of Life. Because that one guy who was at half health would have got the ward, would have got the buff. I'd hit him with one heal, and he'd be good. That stuff helps, especially when people are debuffed with the file and stuff. To keep them up. So there's me kicking in a stun, because people don't stun a lot. Shame. So Resto ult, that guy just took damage. I hit him with a healing ward as well. Look at his health skyrocket. Doesn't even need my heals right now. What I will look to do is probably stun here instead. So I stunned him, and now I want a heavy attack to get my Magicka back. There's a little body drain. Didn't even need stamina. There we go. We're filling up. And from here, once I filled my Magicka at these in-between points, get your ult up. See, I'm draining. Get your ult up. Toss out shards. Get your guys' resources filled up. And work as quickly as you can to the next ult. I might be blocking the skill bars here a little. It doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. I don't know. Some guy died. I didn't even see what happened. All right, he's got to do a better job. All right, here comes the DK. He's getting lit up. All right, he doesn't use wings. There's the wings. God, I don't think I'm going to save him. The only thing I can do there is Breath of Life spam, which I tried. Like, you don't have time to go to the other bar to ward. It's not worth it. The best heal you have at that point is Breath of Life. He needs to survive on his, on his own a little there, or I needed to start healing him sooner. Is kind of what should have happened. Like, that's where I have to preemptively, start healing with a Resto ult. Resto ult's like a heal that's firing while you don't have to, or you can heal on top of it. That's what's so great about Rest Hold. It's very strong, and you can get resources back. As strong as Remembrance is, and Remembrance is very, very strong. The Rest Hold used well allows you to heavy attack stuff back. It also gives major force. So you can give major and minor force to the guy that you're guarding. Right here, they're trying to kill me, but you can see really the survival shining here. All right, there's a Rest Hold. We're good. We're 100% good. Rest Hold's kind of overperforming since it came out. I've always used it on Templar when it came out. Because I've had this build. I've adjusted the equipment, but I've played this exact bar setup for like a year and a half, 2 years. I just never really post a build, and a lot of people don't see me play it much because I haven't played it too much, but wanted to make the healer build and finally post it. So this guy is just, yeah, I mean, he's good. He's recovering there. I probably want to get his resources up. See how I'm stunning targets off him? Like if you're a DPS in this situation, you'd probably want to stun these people off you to live. Unless you're spamming shield or something, which I don't think he was. But in general, like it's something I always do with my Sork. I always streak the pile. But see, this guy's getting beat on, and he's, the targets are not getting disabled in front of him that are hitting him. So now we're between both teams. We're in a terrible spot. I just popped Rest Ult again, which means we're mostly pretty good. I threw out one last shards before I start heavy attacking, and now it's time to get Magicka back. And this is the rotation. That's tough to explain, but easier to see and understand while I explain. The more your team splits up, the harder it gets for you to do your job, too. That guy's really advancing. So we want to get up there with him. I just hit the shield there. It went on that dude anyway. I was trying to get it on this guy. He needs a guard. This dude's reckless as hell, alright? He's got balls and no brains. He's just charging forward this DK. He's swinging his mace. It's actually nicer to have someone like that than, people that don't do much sometimes. Sometimes there's people you heal and they don't even believe they're alive still. They just sit there and light attack into the sky or something. It can be hit or miss, which whatever you guys get. But a build like this, you can pair up with somebody and really dominate a game. But this thing has enough output and sustain to keep the entire team healed. You can heal alone with this. We just got opened up on. I'm probably thinking Rest Ult here very soon. I'm checking both guys. I guard the guy behind me so I can focus on up forward. Drop a Rest Ult. Still sitting on pot, like if we need it. We're good right now. Wow, we're just good on CC break there. I should be popping that pot now. But again, I do usually try to sit on them a bit. You don't want to sit on them too much, though. Like, I should have popped it here. I'm just not really paying attention to it, I guess. Because you get that 20% regen going, too, which is really nice. You wanna keep that up as much as possible. Sorry if it's too slow, but it allows me to explain what's going on. I just want you guys to really, people that want to learn the build, to understand the rotation. See, that guy took hits there after I was just heavy attacking. So I had major mending up. I did a shield, gave him major vitality. I bar swapped, I did one heal. And he was full. Back to doing this. If I top off my Magicka, I start draining so I can get an ult up. The Rest Ult with major protection saves people's lives. It offers a level of protection you can't otherwise give in any other way. Like sometimes people get hit with 3 dudes and you're hitting them with all your heals. Unless you had Rest Ult, there may be no way to save them if they're not doing what they should be, which is like CC break and roll dodge or something. Some people just sit there and take the beating. So here we go. We're chucking the shards in. This guy is probably dead, actually. Again, I should have got to him earlier. That dude's strong-willed. He's going in hot. Nothing's stopping him. He's not afraid of nothing. So, sticking a guard on this dude. There we go. Tossing shards. Checking our other guy. Seeing what's up with him. It's time to pop a ult because I see these two guys are beating the hell out of him. I put a ward on them too, but this should allow me to at least, cycle shards again in case they need stats to recover. They should be stunning, but they're not. So there you go. I stunned. Again, like you shouldn't have to be stunning. This is the same kind of build if you've seen the werewolf clips I've run of what's guarding me. It's not exactly this setup, but it's similar conceptually and everything. Same effect. And again, like that werewolf I should be fearing when I play the werewolf, which I do. I go in, I leap and I fear, and I light attack my brains out. But I'm stunning here more than, like, I probably would replace it with something from like Sigik. But it's so useful when I usually solo queue most games I play, and the vamp drain just like has so much value because there's so many people that just don't stun anybody. There's a lot of games I charge in ahead of my team and I stun all four. I just go through, you hit stun, immediately block, stun, immediately block, just cancel them. And you'll go right through and you'll never even see the animation because you just do it quick enough and you can just stun their whole team. It goes through a roll, so unless they're blocking, they're going to get hit. So you pretty much hit anybody that's not blocking with it, and it immediately stuns them. Caravan, no. I'm sorry. I'll get to questions if there is any after I do kind of a little. Maybe I could do another one and speed it up, or we can watch this one a little quicker now. I think you get the idea. I know there is a lot of learning value in explaining that though, so I like to do that. Explain what's going on there because a lot of people aren't sure. They just see the build, they see the guy doing things, but in explaining it, you can see there is a rhythm here to this build. As there is any build, there's a rhythm to follow, and when that rhythm gets screwed up, you usually die. So, I'm not under. I like to show where I get under a lot of pressure because you'll see the depths of pressure you can take with this, which is a lot. You want to keep your block up even when everything's burning out because as that one skill ticks stamina in, you can continue blocking, so it never really runs out. That's a good thing, doing that and just trying to bide time to getting a resto ult up. And once you do that, again, redoing your restoring focus or purifying and then heavy attacking back and recovering. You can do it all pretty well. See, I'm trying to run along. Resto ult, by the way, is a good point there. It goes through the wall. See that? Like the old Breath of Life. Very strong. I think the ward is too. So you can actually resto ult and ward somebody that's on a complete opposite side of the wall. Give him major vitality, major force, major protection, and the heal. And that's huge. If he happens to be 1v1ing someone off on the side while you're trying to stick with your other two guys, which we're trying to do here. I remember this guy dies, I think. Oh, no, there you go. See, you see how hard that hit there? Watch him coming in. I hit him with a ward first, right? And he healed himself. So his own heal healed him for more. I also healed him for 7k. So he's immediately topped off after that ward. Just boom. He even sorta board ulted, but he was already full health. Didn't even need to. It's just, you can push really high heals with that. So again, if you are paired up with a party, like Vigors are going off, stuff like that, you're going to get a lot of value. See, I popped Resto ult to run up here for this guy, guarded him, died anyway. I tried to save him. Dude's a nut. All right, he's out of control. He's got too much energy. He's got to slow down and wait for his team. Sometimes you get that. And if you have somebody you can't keep alive, don't burn your Magicka trying to. Unless that's your only option. Like if you can find someone else in your team to support, then do that. Because you can dedicate yourself to one guy very effectively on this build, but there's more than enough to get everybody if they stay in the area. But I mean, if they're running all over the place, I mean, there's only so much you can do sometimes. But But again, you can always help by leading in and stunning for your people too. A lot of people don't have a stun right up front on their bar, so the vamp drain gets a lot. You get a lot of value out of that. Man, I should be guarding that guy. We just healed him there, but that man needs a guard. Just tossing out shards again, restocking people, heavy attacking. Oh yeah, CCs. I don't mind eating CCs on this. In between phases like that right there, because if two other people came into Dawnbreak, like you can't be CC'd at that point. If your stamina's, I guess the point I'm trying to make is, if your stamina's good and you can safely be CC'd, do it. People spam time stop, for example. I'll either run out of it. I'll run out of the time stop if I need to be healing people. If not, I'll take the time stop, CC break, and let my stamina regen a little bit, right? And this means in 2 seconds after that I won't be CC'd. If someone comes in with like a fear while I'm blocking and hits my team. I don't know, just kind of like a tip thing there. So, oof, God. Man, Mage's Wrath. We missed out on saving that dude. I was going to res him while my resto ult went, but looked like they were taking too much damage here. Now we're directly between both teams and we're a man down. I wasn't heavy attacking. I was trying to res that guy instead, and you can see the resource struggle now. That's kicking. This is actually a good demonstration of survival. You'll see how low my resources are here. And just how we dipped out of that fight to kind of survive and keep ourselves alive. And how easy it is, in a sense, to do it. Because it kind of is really easy. Let's see what else we do here. We had some really good matches today. I might be able to bounce back and look at one other one. See if I can find someone with some teammates in it that I know. So here we go. Rest ult. I charged up here to save this dude again. But it's still in range to help that guy down there, as long as he didn't run away. And he was doing well keeping up with us. The Warden. So there you go. You link up with the guy that's going to die a lot. Sometimes it's like a Magicka Sork. If the enemy team has a Nightblade, see the Nightblade's going right for him right there. But I'll see that a lot. There'll be bursty Nightblades that snipe and kill my Magicka Sork. The Magicka Sork might not be the greatest player either, but if I keep him alive, like, he can throw out a lot of damage, even if he's just hard casting fragments or something, man. It's better to save him if you can. So that guy's taking pressure. I resto ulted. I warded over there. We're healing everybody. Throwing out a shard still, which is really a tough job to be able to throw out shards in the middle of healing. But coming from a DPS player, you know you might be in a bad situation, and all you need is a little stamina to recover. It'll give you a vigor. It'll allow you to put up forward momentum and move, right? Yeah. We already built up another ult real quick. I'm going to run it. In a wild situation like this, if you can't see both parties, you probably want to resto ult as needed. And I'm watching the health bar, the other two, and they didn't need it. So the only guy that needed heals was him, so I really didn't there. But now our resto ult's up. Recovering stats, they're all good. Probably going to switch to vamp drains now that we're filled. Throwing out shards again. Just keeping my Magicka topped off. This dude. We got to get guard back on him ASAP. Oh my god. He's just running around in circles in the middle, man. It can be a challenge sometimes. Alright, resto ult's back up, so we're good. We ran out of Magicka healing him. But look how quickly I can get all my Magicka back. Boom, shot up to 50, 80%. Alright. And if you don't want to use the Black Rose or you can't get it, I was using Maelstrom with regeneration beforehand. I just like throwing in new equipment when I can. And this one actually proved to be effective as well. I just skipped to a different match. So this one's got a werewolf going in it. Same thing, running our same kind of rotation. We are a 3-man team. I just hopped in the middle of a game. There you go, a little vamp drain action. See if I can res this guy. Nope, he released. But yeah, when you see that come up, it says stun. That's me using a vamp drain, and I animation cancel it right away. So you're not even seeing the beam, but that's what's happening. I'm vamp draining and canceling it. I pitch them in constantly, especially against DPS. See, I stun that guy right in front of us. All right, it takes pressure off your group, because if your guys aren't stunning, you need to get them stunned. And that actually helps more than just sitting there flooding heals endlessly. It burns their resources. You know, I know as a damage dealer, if you're going to let me go and never stun me, I'm just going to keep winding up combos on you. Right? So, boom, just turn, stun that guy. That one I let on. You see, I let it hang because no one needed a heal. And that helped give me ult back. That one I just fired and blocked and got back to healing. I realized we're under pressure. You know, look at all this shit coming in. Pop and resto, that guy died too quick because green team just came in and slammed. And we're playing short-handed here as well. I think we'll get this res off. There we go. Gonna spit out stuns. Boom. Boom. Another one. Just stun 2 people right there. You have the Magicka to do it. You know. The one guy's just dying so quick. And I should probably be guarding him, but if I did, this guy would probably die too. This guy was, yeah. I think I did start guarding the other guy instead. Because you can see how quickly he's dying. It's not a matter of healing. It's a matter of him, you know, either positioning or building more mitigation in his build. You know, if your mitigation's not too high, you're not too tanky, then you gotta position well. You know. We did pick up a 4th here. That's when things probably would turn around. But again, I'm sitting on that ult right now. The other dude died trying to get here. God bless him. We're going to need that resto ult here in a sec because the other team's rolling in. I do try to hold them if I know the other team's about to break in. See how red's coming? Now I'm going to pop it. I know I will. Right there. Boom. It's on that dude. All right. Now I can focus on getting resources back or stunning people. Shank, 10 months, welcome back. The heal animation cancels. Yeah, if you can animation cancel your heal, it can help speed some things up too. Can we get the slow-mo? Thank you, dude. This guy's coming in heavy raiding build on the back line. All right, we popped the pot there. Because we're under a shitload of pressure here. Resto ult's up. See everyone's health bar? We're healing everybody. We're flipping all around. Everybody's alive. All right, drain bodies. AoE heal for everybody. You know, we made it through a sandwich there, which is not easy to do if they're coming in shooting ults and whatnot. You can see the comeback creeping in on the scoreboard. I'm feeling it. All right, this guy's moving around. Boom, hit him with a stun. Who's that guy? Stunned him. All right. Stunning people, we're burning their stamina. All right, we're burning their stamina. By the time our DPS catch up to them, we want them lower. So here we go. We're taking pressure. That guy Remembrance, that's why I didn't ult. Probably ult right after he's done. Fired in. There you go. His Remembrance is done. Fired in the resto ult. Throwing out shards. Stunning people. I think that's what I'm aiming to do here because I'm not heavy restoing. If you're not heavy restoing and you're not blocking on your sword and board, then you should be stunning people. Here we go. We're keeping everyone healed. Pretty crazy environment. We've just been kind of sitting in the middle of both teams hitting us, which I enjoy doing on the healer. It's a nice challenge. It's fun. We got 2 beams coming out now. That's just a visual bug, but it looks amazing. All right, I'm guarding Poo Poo Chan now because Poo Poo Chan was dying a lot, so we switched our guard target to him. He was tough to keep up with. He's very fast. Looks like he's in medium Warden. So there you go. Boom. Stunned him. Boom. Another stun. So you can see where that adds up. Just don't burn yourself out on Magicka. See how I'm like kind of empty right now? But I do have a Resto ult. As long as I have a Resto ult, I'm good. Alright, boom. We pop the Resto ult. Alright. We're good. Alright, the other guy Remembrance too. Alright, that guy can't be saved. Alright. Sometimes you're out of position, dude, and the whole team's on you. And Resto ult's not up. And my guard's occupied. Alright, you can't save everybody. So there we are, still pitching stuns and whatnot. But yeah, it's a fun challenge trying to keep people alive. It sucks when you have no one that can do damage, but that's not the case here. You know, we got a pretty good team of people that'll fight. But healing can be pretty fun. I mean, I always enjoy support roles, but yeah, I think this is this is more demanding, like what I'm doing as a healer, than what 90% of healers are doing. Most of them are just sitting there on one bar most of the fight, not really pushing their build to the limit. All right, that guy, we just helped him recover. We popped a pot to help heal ourselves. Popped a barrier because everyone was here, and fuck it. All right. It's faster sometimes to do that than the bar swap and hit the Resto ult. The barrier is immediate. The Resto ult has to be activated and it fires. So keep that in mind when you know someone's about to get hit. It's kind of important. But yeah, you see how we're just constantly on a pivot, watching our team, watching what's coming. Trying to be in a position to rescue anybody that does get bursted. And trying to open up opportunities. So maybe I'll look at a little of like one more. I don't have to do a whole game. They got a fun game on the... I hate this level. We had a good one on... Let me just check names or whatever. Oh god, not the one with Beached Whale. Spaz, that's one of my subs, Beached Whale. Does not put streak on his bar. As it turns out, about 90% of the sorcerers I played with today do not have streak on their bar and would not stun people. Good God. I don't know what's happening to Sorks these days. Oh, this one's brutal. But I think it was a pretty good match. We'll watch a little of this one. So this is Scar. Scar's another streamer too. He's queued with his friend doing kind of a similar build. He's guarding Scar. I solo queued, and you know, I'm guarding the other guy that's in the game. So this is two guards. The only reason I would sit on this for a second, and I can show you, is because I had a couple games with some other healers, and this demonstrates where Black Rose Resto is actually pretty nice. If I throw out that healing ward to, you know, the vitality buff, it makes the other healer that much better as well, right? So I was getting a lot of use out of that. This was a tough competitive game too. There was a lot going on here. And I forget how that fourth was that we were with, but like there was no room. You know, there's a game where there's not much room for error, a lot of pressure. See, I'm getting just jumped on by everybody here, but see my health not really moving. I did Resto ult. I did have the armor up. I dropped some Purifies. I had some help from the other healer as well. But these are the rotations to survival. You don't always just have to. If you're playing with your team, you don't have to misform and run. That's usually kind of a reposition or baiting type thing that I do. Misforming around a corner, making them overextend, then Resto ulting and just instantly filling your health up to full and stunning them. And suddenly they're out of stamina and they chased you too far. You know, your teammate can turn and kill them. So, the card chain, yeah. See, I also get another Purify from the other Templar that I synergize there. I'll tell you, this patch, you put 2 Templars together, even if it's just say you have this, a Magicka Healer Templar, and like a Stamplar that you're guarding, and you can both provide, not only do you purify yourself, but it allows you to synergize a heal that also purifies for the other Templar. They're just so good, because Purify is so good now, and Purge is just not reasonably affordable for most people. I may make a healer build and chuck that in there, Cleanse, but we'll see. I'll definitely do some other healer builds too for other classes, and they can definitely make use of it with this resto. It's pretty nice. It's a nice way to amp your healing. And again, the fact that it can hit you and somebody else is pretty big. So boom, we pop the barrier there. You can't see anything because the leaves and all. But that was just a lot of damage coming in from all angles. Barrier to get through it. But yeah, this requires attention to stick with somebody that you're guarding. You don't just guard and wander around and, you want to stick with your guy, guard him, protect him, give him shards, try to make his life sustainable. All right, there you go. Resto Ward instantly, like up to full health. You see that? Let's see if we can watch that again. Just to show that's the example of what you get out of it. Already resto to there. Okay. 55, 12. Yep, see, I'm trying to stun people behind. You see, I get stunned here. But by the time we break that, alright, we're low. Now, have I popped ward yet? I haven't. I did a purify, and now I'm doing a barrel roll. Gonna hit resto. Alright, there's a little Bogdan totem kicking ass. Alright, there's Light's Champion that ticks. I'll put up Vigor, God bless him. And then I'm gonna pop ward as well, which will make the next Light's Champion, that much stronger. And then we're full, and we're good at that point. We have Mage for protection. And that's why that extra health that I put into the stats is pretty nice. You can't do anything for your team if you're dead. Alright, that guy's dead. Can't. This is a bad position, man. Look at this. We're between both teams. We're just healing like crazy. Another resto ult. I'm just firing these resto ults and they come up right here. The amount of pressure we're taking on is pretty brutal in this game. And that's mainly due to a lot of times bad positioning. It's very hard to heal through being between both teams. But yeah, I can take any questions if you guys want on it. He doesn't have the instant gratification of killing an opponent, so there's less peeps that play the playstyle. I always liked playing support because, I played it a lot in Dota. I learned how to, do solo and stuff in Dota before I learned how to support. And in doing that, you learn how to become a good support. You know what they need. You know when they need it. You know what you want to get without having to sit there and be like, can you top off my health, dude? It's just like, I know you need your health topped off. I know it's been at least, 10 or 15 seconds since the shard's been out on the ground. Let me lead you with one. Things like that. What is happening? This must look strange if you're just joining the stream. We're watching some build stuff here. Is Wrecking Blow still bugged? On the consoles, I hear it is. Can't confirm. Anyone can tunnel vision, DPS someone down. Yeah, you can get tunnel visioned, and yeah, you don't want to do that with this. 2 Fang Rushes, there is. Could you repeat which sets you're using? Alright, it'll be in the video. Alright, it's Impregnable, Desert Rose, and Bloodspawn. I can confirm it looks straight. The current meta where Radiant has been buffed 2 patches in a row, do you ever throw it on considering it's strong? Yeah, that's a great question, Novi. I was talking about the flex spot earlier, the stun. And I told you guys why I've kept the stun on is because there's so many times it actually helps me heal to stun that guy and not just let him beat my team endlessly. But people are just not stunning. I feel like people are just running around hitting rending slashes, bleeding people out. And that's it with procs. You know, I feel like quality of play is going down, but players are getting more vicious. It's like they're doing more for less, and they really are. That sucks. But anyway, yes, you can put beam in place of that. In place of Vamp Train, and I have put it on, and I've got up to like 10 kills or so just by putting beam on and finishing kills in the game. If you can target quick and you got to line up your crosshair or whatever, and if you can hit the target, close people down with beams. Now beam is a channel and you can get lost in it too, and sometimes you're beaming someone, you're like, oh, I just need one more tick to kill him, right? And then suddenly your teammate dies because you're not ready to stun someone off him and heal him. So I've kept this build mainly as a pure support healer, true to its purpose. You can take these builds, do whatever you want with them, right? I encourage people to every time. Take the build, see what works for you, but here's a working model, and this is how it works. Like, that's what I want to do. That's what I'm here to do. I would like to make another Magplar build that has the ability to heal, much like anyone else. Is not dedicated as hard to it as this, but it may be pretty tanky and have great heals, but just have enough to rock some damage in this environment. Because yes, that would work well for this meta. A Magplar that's pretty tanky but can throw on a little damage too. Because I have like no damage in my build and I can still beam people and kill them. You don't need to invest in it much. That's the thing. So you can invest into it very lightly and be not really a damage dealer, but someone that puts out a lot of punishing damage when your teammates do something right. Like if they dawn break someone, boom, hit him with a beam, right? You can definitely do that. Is there a normal and a vet version of the Black Rose weapons? There is. If you get the non-vet version, it will not have that Magicka regen in it. If you can't get it or don't want to, you can always use the Maelstrom. That's a good option. Hell, you could even use the Masters and do healing springs or something. Wow, 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 wow. That's what's going on there. There was a cool one on the Arcane University one. That one was... Isn't that what the BG's called? Oh, you know what? I think that was pretty good too. Like, who was in this one? Oh, no, never mind. That's the one with the no streak Sork. That will not be shown to the world. Here's one with Pale Orc. We can watch a moment of it. There's your standard cowards. All right, they don't want to come up the portal until someone else is hitting us. All right, there's Pale Orc. The Pale Orc's just running in. He's like 1v3. Count me in, dude. Hit him with that rest ult immediately. Run up, guard him. All right, then the other team will come in and hit you in the back like a bunch of cowards. But if you're healing like a tank, you're doing champion maneuvers, your team will be good. I just hit that dude with a 10k Breath of Life and non-CP, man. I mean, this shit, properly done with the heavy attack Major Mending into the Major Vitality shield, you can really gun some big heals on people. Which is something I never burst healed as hard as I can now, which is what I really do like about the Black Rose. I've run this build and it's always been effective, but it's never had the burst heal potential because it doesn't invest in stats very much. You don't have much Magicka, right? I got 26, no, I don't know. Yeah, 27k, about 27k Magicka, and my spell damage is crap. Does it matter? No. And I do think that's a problem, but that's how it works. It's always been about me mitigating damage between guard and resto ult, but now with that Black Rose and you can really, and the heavy attack Major Mending, I mean, it's just you can really spike some big heals there. That's all. It's not easy to use, but you know, it works here. It works well. You see that recover right there from the opening? That was the barrier, and now we're just flooding in some heals. I'm weaving in. That's the thing. You can weave in the Black Rose and throw that buff for 3 seconds on people, because especially if you have other people in the party that are healing, whether it be Vigor or whatever. There's another Templar here Pale Lurker's definitely going to be vigoring too. Suddenly everyone's healing is improving now by you just throwing that out. And on yourself too. Anything, you take. So that takes pressure off you, and it makes just the job that much easier. Coming in here, rest the wall, boom, linking up with somebody, throwing out shards, purifying, keeping people topped off, filling up our Magicka, because the other team's going to come in behind. You want to keep that Magicka full when you can before you start, going into vamp, drain duty, or whatever. This is why I don't have beam. I would get caught up with shit. Beam you do have to channel. If you want to be a dedicated healer like this, you can do that. And you're either doing your job or you're draining Magicka to be ready to do your job. Like, it is tough to kill me on this build, and this thing makes an immediate, huge impact on the party. Alright, people are split up right now. I'm going to rest ult so I can heal that guy over there. I gave him major vitality with a shield as well. Now I'm going to go focus on these guys, and I'm going to hope he can take care of himself over there. He came over here now, which is good. He followed. But that's me sitting there pivoting and trying to assess the situation of what I should do. But that's where rest ult's good. It can shoot around in a situation like that. And overall, you generally do want to use rest ult over barrier. Barrier's just, it's mainly there for the regen, but it's also nice that it has the ability to immediately counter some AoE push on your team. If you just need like that 1 second of breathing room so your team can CC break and do their stuff too. Alright, so I'm getting focused now. Alright, there's... man, I tried to pop a pot and roll dodge. I did not get the roll dodge off. So team's probably going to fold there. But anyway. Any questions on it then? Any questions? Ask me questions. If you got any now, now's the time. Otherwise, hang on a second, my chat might have died. Otherwise, you guys are really quiet, but usually it's chat dying. I think you guys are really quiet. What's the armor sets for this? Alright, that seems to be the only question. Is there any other ones? The armor sets are Impregnable, Desert Rose, Blood Spawn. Okay. If there's no questions, it's all good. I think I explained a good chunk on it. I think people should have a good idea. I remember that. Dumb CC. What pots do you use? Tripods. Which time stop morph would you use if you subbed it in? I would use the instant cast one probably, yeah. Not the other one. As nice as the other one can be, you'll realize being a healer, like, I want to be ready to go all the time. Alright, I'm watching people. I rest ult, this came in, dove, gave that guy a buff, boom, guarded. We just hit him with every fucking bit of mitigation. Now he probably needs shards. I probably want to get him shards immediately. There you go. He needs to get back in the game. I focus on supporting and healing with this. So I don't want to be channeling other stuff. The vamp drain is the only exception, and you do that, like, say the fight's over and you're kind of finishing things. Like right now, I'm full Magicka, right? So boom, I'm draining ult instead. Alright? Joe, you don't have a legitimate question, I already know it. Whew, man. Alright. So yeah, I think that's it. This is the Guardplar. It's going up. Again, I'll shoot this over too on Alcast site. We'll put more info there. CP maybe at another point. I'm not sure. Vamp seems pretty important to the way you play this build. Would it work without Vamp? You could make it work without Vamp. I don't like it. It gives you that major expedition too, and that's really nice. There's certain times you're going to want to use it. I don't think we're making it out of this one. This might be a Vamp situation, right? Like, there's certain times it's just so good. Where you can mitigate, like, known levels of burst coming in. See, look at that. Just dip off to the side. Alright. Purify. Boom. Rest ult. It bought me time there. It bought me time for my blood spawn to proc enough to get that ult up. And look at it. Like, we were immediately recovered with the ult up. The ult is overpowered. And yeah, your resources are insane. So if you're not dead, man, like, look at that. My resources are instantly filled up. I'm not even an Argonian. Oh god. Top shelf healing. Oh yeah. Okay. And then what else? Someone else asked another question. But yeah. So yeah, I would definitely do Vamp. Does it work for CP campaigns too, or to be different Cyrodiil? It would work. I would do a slightly different build. I'll be honest, there's many ways to build a Healing Templar successfully right now. It's one of the easiest things to successfully build, because the class itself is already pretty dominant and has a lot of tools. Purify is just really good. I mean, it's always been good, but especially with how things are going right now, it's very strong. In CP, I would probably focus on armor. I'd probably look at something like Pariah, maybe Transmutation with it. Absolutely kill all critical with it, and really amp that armor and take advantage of the focus that you get, the 50% increased armor type thing, right? So I would probably build it different, but yeah, you could take it the way it is right now and put it in there. It's not bad. The impreg is the sturdy impreg setup is very strong, even for CP. The regen's going to be good. That's going to scale very well in CP. So yes, you could take it in there. This is made to, Desert Rose performs better in non-CP. It performs great in CP as well, though. Okay, does that make sense? Try that with 40 plus EP from Vivek chasing you down. All right, that's a different story, Drunken Driver. Maybe it doesn't work then, all right? That's where you're going to want that Vamp, all right? When you get those 40 EP chasing you, spamming light attacks and wings and chains on you, you're going to want that Vamp to get around the line of sight and recover. Vamp's really good. So I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoy the build. Go heal. I may post the werewolf build, but again, this is kind of what you would pair with that werewolf build that I've posted on YouTube. People have seen different videos of that. You pair something like this on one extreme end of the support table with something on the extreme damage side. Put them together, and that's why we had people complaining about werewolf threads or whatever the hell it is. I love posting those werewolf videos, though. People get triggered by it. They see that, and they're like, this is bullshit. But it's the support that enables it all. All right? So maybe we'll put them both out there. You run this with a friend that's got a solid damage build, though. You guys are going to have a lot of fun. You're gonna destroy things. Get those 28-0 KDs going on. What's the stat point spreading? All for stamina? No, I think it was 20 in health and 44 in Magicka. All right. If you have any questions, you can check out the video. I will put it up on YouTube again. It'll be on Alcast site. So, yeah. If you have any other questions or something I might have missed in the build, feel free to ask in the comments. If you guys enjoy the builds, you want to support, you can come on Twitch. Sub on Twitch. Best way to support. But, that's it. Probably the next builds I shoot out, maybe some damage builds. Maybe I'll update the Disruptor. He's a good support build who I haven't got to yet. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching.